No worries, sounds good. Carl, thanks for chatting, mate. Just, I guess, firstly, how have things been, on the training track and in the camp in the last week or so?
Yeah, good. The spirit from the boys has been good. Training has been very intense as well. I've been very happy with the quality of the sessions and the work that the boys have been putting in.
Nicola, obviously, a big out with his injury, very unfortunate. Who do you kind of look to replace the output that he has with the team?
Yeah, we've got a few options in that position. We've got Mohamed Toure can play out there, Pass can play out there, Lachlan Brook can play out there. So we've got a few options that can play in those wide areas. So in that regard, we do have the cover for Nicola.
Excellent. And just as far as Perth goes, I guess what do you make of their lineup and how they present as a challenge for you?
Wellington.
Wellington. Sorry.
Yeah. Wellington. Look, I think in the two games that they've played so far, they've shown how good of a side they are. They're pushing for a top 2 spot, and they've been very good. Some of the football they've played has been excellent. So it's going to be a very good challenge for us. We're going to have to be at the top of our game to get the 3 points.
Excellent. Thanks, mate. I'll pass on to the next. Whoever's up next.
I'll pass over to Robbie at 7.
Scruff, congratulations on the first win. Did you get a moment to reflect on it and maybe have a beer quietly after the game somewhere?
Yes, most definitely. There's one important thing as a player and as I suppose coaches as well. You work really hard all week to get a result, and when you get the result, I think you need to enjoy it. So I shared a beer with the players afterwards. So we really enjoyed the spirit that we showed in the game as well. That was excellent.
Do you have an update on Nicola's injury, exactly what it is, how long he'll be out for, and also is Louis Dorigo back? Is he good to go?
Yeah, Louis back. He joined the hub on Monday. So Louis, Lockie, Yared and Jackson, they all came in on Monday and they've been in full training all week. With Nicola, I believe he's going to have the operation today. If not today, it'll be early next week on his foot. So it's disappointing. He's been sort of carrying that foot injury for the season. And he's come to the point where he can't go on anymore. So it's a little bit disappointing, but we wish Nicola all the best.
As Will mentioned, in those wide areas, you got Lachlan Brook, you got the Toure brothers fighting for positions. Is Mohamed and Lachlan, neither of them have started before, and obviously Al Hassan is a little bit underdone. Do you feel like maybe are those three able to start and play a full game?
Yeah, 2 of them are. Alison's not. He's injured, so he'll be out of the squad for this first game against Wellington. So, but Mohamed, he's in periods when he's come on, he's shown that he's very lively, and I know what he can do. I've had Mohamed before, and Pacific, he's been training excellent since we've come back from the break. His training has been excellent, and Lockie Brook again. I couldn't be more happier for him. He had that little setback with a small injury, but he's been back in full training all week as well. So we've got some good choices there.
What's Al Hassan done? Is it just his foot again, or is it a loading issue?
No, look, Al Hassan. I suppose it's a little bit disappointing. He came back underdone. For a professional sportsman, he sort of maybe enjoyed the break a little bit too long, and he's realised that now. So he's working hard, and he's learnt from the lesson that he's come back a little bit underdone. And we tried to ease him back, but just with the intensity of the game, it sort of just had a little bit too much toll on him.
Carl, just defensively, we know this season towards the back end, we're conceding too many goals. On the weekend, I thought the defending was resolute, it was desperate, it was a great away performance, but still gave away too many chances. Do you still see that as an area of concern, and are you continually working to fix that? Yeah,
most definitely. It's not a problem that we could just fix overnight. It's going to take matches, it's going to take games to get that understanding that I want from the team. But as you said, the desperation that they showed against Brisbane was fantastic, and we got a clean sheet. Paul made some great saves, and that's what he's there for. So I was very happy. It was a lot different setup to what they had done before, and we hadn't had really any games to practice it. So no, more than happy, and it's something that we can build on into this game against Wellington.
I better let someone else have a go. Thanks, Scruff.
Thanks, Robbie. I'll throw it over to Josh at 10.
I thought we were doing a Q&A there with you and Robbie. Carl, how are you going?
Yeah, very good.
Just to go back on your point on Toure, given he's been such a shining light and a good example for young players and the sort of attention and motivation that they should show to try and succeed at an early stage in their career, were you surprised to see him not really apply himself in the break and let himself down in that area?
Yeah, look, it's been a tough year for Alassane. You know, as you said, he broke onto the scene and done exceptionally well, and then he had that foot injury, and that was a long time for him, and he got back, and just before we had to break up, he was in great shape, and he'd put a lot of work to get back in, and I think it took it just took a little bit out of him having to have that break again, and I think he might have just sort of relaxed a little bit too much, and you know, he's young, and I think he'll learn from that. So you know, we'll work with him for the next, you know, hopefully he only misses the one game, maybe 2 games, and then hopefully he'll be back playing before the season finishes. And you know, if we make the finals, it will be, you know, very important player for us.
On the flip side, it's almost a role reversal in terms of fitness for Christian and his form up front. How impressed have you been with how he's returned to action? He's played every internal game. He looks very sharp, and he's finding the back of the net as well. That must be very pleasing after what's been a frustrating season for him. Yes,
most definitely. And you know, as a striker, it's a confidence thing. So you know, just a little bit of change in the style at training, and as well as the way we want to play, I think it suits him a little bit more. And as you said, his commitment to stay in Australia, you know, being a foreign player, and you know, the way he's trained has been tremendous. And you know, he's showing to the younger players that we've got in the group, and we've got a lot of younger players, and he's shown quite a bit of leadership to those players as well. So that's fantastic. I'm really happy for him.
How are the boys finding hub life? I mean, we've seen a lot of AFL footballers complaining about their golf resorts, whereas we've got the Reds playing. They've got mini golf games going in the hallways, and a gym about as wide as the hallway. How have the boys adjusted to hub life in what is not, it must be said, ideal conditions? Yeah,
look, as you said, we've got quite a young squad here, so the young boys got on exceptionally well, and as you've seen so far, some of the footage, they can entertain themselves. So you know, so far the playing group has been excellent. I say the training this week has been excellent, and the commitment of the players, and when you walk around the hotel and you see the players, they enjoy each other's company, and so in that way we're very lucky to have that team spirit.
Right, that's about all for me.
All good, Josh. Pass it over to Daniel at AAP. Any questions? Daniel, are you there? Might have dropped out. Anyone else? Any follow-ups? If not, all done.
Thanks, Carl. Appreciate it.
No worries. Thank you.
Good luck on the weekend.
Cheers.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Carl.